In the original study by Scarborough et al., high meat consumers were identified as having the largest environmental footprint across multiple indicators, including greenhouse gas emissions, and were treated here as a single population. My analysis aimed to further explore this population and revealed a more complex picture, structured here into three key sections. Panel A identifies subgroups based on emissions. Panel B further explores and compares environmental profiles. And finally, Panel C explores demographic patterns. Focusing first on Panel A, the distribution of greenhouse gas emissions among high meat eaters exhibited a distinct bimodal pattern, suggesting the presence of two subpopulations. Using Gaussian mixture modeling and a kernel density estimate, two subgroups were identified, a moderate high emitter subgroup and a very high emitter subgroup. The value minimum between these two peaks was used to separate the two groups. In Panel B, where we look at their broader environmental profile, we see the higher greenhouse gas emissions of our very high subgroup, but we also see it as linked with substantially higher land use, biodiversity loss, and acidification. Notably, water-associated impacts, such as water use and eutrophication, remained at similar levels for both groups. This indicates that within the high meat consumer group, different dietary patterns may drive different types of environmental burden. Finally, in Panel C, we see demographic differences in sex across different age groups. Younger participants in the very high subgroup are predominantly male, whereas the moderate high group skews towards young women. However, in both cases, this sex imbalance is lost in older age groups, reaching roughly an even split of men and women. Overall, this analysis highlights that treating high meat consumers as a single homogeneous population risks overlooking important differences both in environmental and demographic patterns. Recognizing these internal divergences may help design more targeted dietary interventions or public policy strategies.